Wilkesboro, North Carolina. We welcome you to today's coverage for the first time in a long time here. Finally, it is the Prodigy Racing Network's coverage of the Budweiser All-Star Series. And we're starting this a couple of minutes early. Actually, I said a couple of minutes. I mean like a full hour early. Because today's race is going to be the longest race of the season. 400 miles across the historic North Wilkesboro Speedway in real life. There's currently grassroots racing going on at that old track right now in an attempt to revive the circuit. And right now, the Prodigy Racing the Prodigy Racing Network and the Budweiser All-Star Series are coming to town. And we thank everybody so much for tuning in to today's broadcast here from North Wilkesboro Speedway. Let's take a look at your conditions here at the Speedway, presented by none other than AccuWeather, the official weather provider of the Prodigy Racing Network. It is 90 degrees here in Wilkes County, North Carolina. And should it provide an interesting race at that 400 miles, this is an endurance race for these guys. And it should be very interesting at that. I do not have the points updated. However, that reminds me, this is the finale of the first season of the series, which means championship implications here. I think Ryan Hill has pretty much locked up the championship. However, we will still be paying attention to the standings as there are multiple battles across the standings for that final position here in North Wilkesboro. 27 drivers taking the track today, trying to get their final positions taken care of. And as we head down to the track for our starting lineup, presented by none other than Xfinity, the official timing and electrics partner of the Prodigy Racing, of the Budweiser All-Star Series. But first off, while we're taking a look at those beautiful cars on the grid, let me update you on the current points situation. Brian Cox holding on to 5th place. He's trying to get past Paul Rivera. He has a realistic shot to take the 4th place spot. Brian Cox has been mainly consistent all year. However, championship is well out of reach for that number 33 Chevrolet. Paul Rivera also out of reach. However, he wants to try and take 3rd place away from the guy that has won the past 2 races in a row, Tracy Bennett. Tracy Bennett is up into 3rd place. He has no shot at all. He is mathematically way ineligible for the championship. However, a win today could very well give him a major boost if he wins the race and gets all the bonus points, including the most laps led, leading at halfway, and the timing thing. Ryan Hill does get your pole award, so that's another 5 bonus points for your champion as of right now. But let's take a look at your starting lineup presented by Xfinity. Ryan Hill, well, he could just cruise on through. He is your champion for Season 1. There is no realistic way that Darren Claw is going to be able to take the championship away from him today. So congratulations to Ryan Hill. He can pop open the bubbly at the end of the race. However, I'm pretty sure he wants to be able to get 4 wins on the season. Darren Claw, the guy that's tied Ryan Hill so far for the most wins on the season. He's starting out in 2nd, so the 2 dominant Toyotas all season. He won the first race at Daytona. Can he win the last race at North Wilkesboro? The winner at Colorado, no stranger to short tracks. Jordan McClure starts alongside Nicholas Uffelman. Miranda Nagayan has not had much luck, but with a track that is similar to the one that she won at in Indianapolis Raceway Park, she has done very well for herself in qualifying. She'll be starting in 5th place alongside Rick Taylor. James Garcia has not had much in the way of success. He's been in the shadow of his teammate most of the season. No wins, but towards the second half of the season, he's gathered multiple top 5s. Let's see what he does today. He starts alongside Daniel Van Hewley, who will be leaving the 68 car at the end of the season, but he has found a ride for next season. Brian Cox will remain with I'm not going to check. I think he is remaining with Paul Menard Racing, but he's remaining in that 33 car for next season. He starts alongside Jesus Gonzalez, who will be moving teams next season. Tracy Bennett announced an extension with his current team. He'll be still driving that number 48 Motorola, O'Reilly, and Family Dollar Chevrolet for the foreseeable future. He has won he's the first and only back-to-back winner this season. He starts alongside Ryan Apt, your New Hampshire winner. Greg Ramirez has got a win at one of the races in the Budweiser Stock Car Festival in Richmond. He starts alongside Travis Creighton. After that will be the number 57 of Hayden Benning in his final race. He starts alongside Paul Rivera, who has locked himself in for next season. Alex McCumber, one of the younger drivers in the field and part of New Age Racing, or New Age Motorsports, who will be downsizing for next season. He starts alongside Sheldon Gatineau, who will most likely be leaving the number 71 car at the end of the season. Chaudhary Bhattacharya, who announced his departure from the Budweiser All-Star Series after this race. He is starting mid-pack today. He's hoping to put on one last show before he leaves. He'll be starting alongside the 67 of Michael Brewer. Myron Martin will remain with Tift Racing after the season, but Bad Dragon will be leaving the team as a sponsor for next season. He's hoping this race will give him a little bit better fortune and hopefully attract some new sponsors, but right now he starts next to Drew Foster, who will be going on a part-time basis next season. Dennis Key is another one that is kind of in a bit of a contract situation. He's got to have a good performance with that 79 car today. He starts alongside Daniel Walker, who will most likely be going to a different team at next season. Carter Brown, another driver that will be going to a new ride next season. The Alabama native will be starting next to Jake Wild in 26th place. Jake Wild will be shutting down his team after this race, and he will go on to drive for Ramirez Motorsport, a new team coming into the series next season. So good luck to Jake Wild on his future endeavors. That number 3 car will go to Tift Racing after the season. And finally, speaking of a one last hurrah, sorry, I forgot his age. Crap. Sam Fitzgerald, in his final race, he'll be starting in last place in the 27th position. And one last look at the Doug's Shootin' Sports Toyota Camry before he rides off into the sunset. Sam Fitzgerald starting 27th place. Well, 400 laps. That may seem like a lot, but around a track like North Wilkesboro, it really is not going to be that much at all. This track is one of the most historic half miles in America. Used to host NASCAR Winston Cup Series racing until from when NASCAR was founded, pretty much up until 1996, when the track was sold to Bruton Smith, and he decided to nix that for Texas Motor Speedway and Las Vegas. The track was abandoned for a long while. It was closed in 2011. Recently, there were attempts made by people like Dale Earnhardt Jr., of all people, to get the track up and running. Marcus Smith of Speedway Motorsports Incorporated also made a push to get the track reopened. In real life, the track is a joy to say. In real life, the track has been reopened. There are late model racing. There's going to be late model racing going on at the track until October. Then they're going to turn into a temporary dirt track, and they're going to completely renovate the facility. And who knows what the future of North Wilkesboro will hold, or who knows what the future will hold for North Wilkesboro from there. But for now, on the original surface with a little bit of sealant, these cars are ready to take on 400 miles at the historic North Wilkesboro Speedway here in Wilkes County, North Carolina. It's time for the Dirty Mo Media 400 on YouTube on Prodigy Racing Network. And so let's head down to the track for the start of the race. as these drivers get ready. I've completely forgotten some of the basic keybinds, but there goes the drivers. They're ready to go. And there is Jake Wild. I did not mean to focus my camera on him, which I don't know what else to tell you there, but there's your Dodge Charger pace car, the official pace car of the Budweiser All-Star Series. They've been incredible help this year. 27 drivers in a very, very long season up to this point. And with an inconsistent streaming schedule, it's time for the final race of the season. It's 400 laps, 400 miles across the historic North Wilkesboro Speedway. Ryan Hill and Darren Claw coming to the front straightaway. Green flag in the air. It's the Dirty Mo Media 400, and we are away. Ryan Hill starting to pull away. Here comes Jordan McClure down on the bottom with Miranda Nagayan down on the bottom as well. Here comes the 18 and Ryan Hill moving to the top side. Darren Claw getting squeezed on the back straightaway. Claw kind of losing a little bit of ground to the Ford in front of him. Jordan McClure down on the bottom trying to find some space. Did I turn down the volume? No, I did. Oh, it's not. Desktop audio is not even on, so that's wonderful. We do apologize for that. Now, Darren Claw losing a ton of time. Miranda Nagayan and Alex McClure just got past him. Here comes the two Paul Menard Racing Chevrolets battling side by side. This is going to be the battle for, I believe this is 5th place. And these guys know that they have a long way to go here. 400 miles. That's about a trip from... Oh, good lord. If I had to think... Oh, man. Well, let's put it this way. It's a trip from, like, the tip of your state to the bottom of your state, most likely if you live here out west where I do, so... If I had to say, probably from Jacksonville to Miami is probably my best guess. But 400 miles is really... not that much when you're in a race car. Oh, here comes Brian Cox with Darren Claw. Take a look at your Xfinity helicopter view. Jordan McClure in 2nd place. Ryan Hill pulls away. McClure has a win this season. He won at Colorado National Speedway in a wreckfest of a race. McClure now has the lead. Tracy Bennett trying to fend off against the 33. Bennett started a little bit toward the back of that midfield, so it's nice to see that your two-time winner is now up into a position where he could potentially challenge for the lead, but he's got to take care of Brian Cox here first. Provided that... Oh, wait, no, he's not dealing with Cox. Oh, yeah, he is. Sorry, I was focusing on the wrong one. Do keep in mind there might be a couple of breaks throughout the course of the race. This is a very this is the longest race I've ever taken part in on this channel. We hope you're going to be along for the ride. We'll be here for a couple of hours. This will be the longest race of the season. It's North Wilkesboro, baby. We got to do something special. Ryan Hill apparently losing a little bit of time to Jordan McClure. McClure does shave off a 100th of a second there off of that lap. And already completing the first fraction of a percent of the race. And here comes Alex McCumber down on the bottom. He's got Greg Ramirez down on the top side. And McCumber's gonna squeeze him a little bit going into the corner. And there's Chaudhry Bhattacharya, the Bengali driver, battling with Paul Rivera. Sorry, he has the same paint scheme as Daniel Van Healy, so I'm very sorry if I get that mixed up. Part of the Arduino crypto and banking family. We're on board with Paul Rivera right now. Bhattacharya still holding on nice and tight in that 21 car for Wood Brothers Racing. Side by side, Greg Ramirez and Alex McCumber. They've been going at it these past couple laps, and it's kind of interesting to see, all things considered. What the no, I didn't want to do that. No. Looks like Ramirez has cleared McCumber a little bit, but he might get a run coming off of the front straightaway and into the corner. The thing about North Wilkesboro is it's a short track, and short tracks usually, well, there can usually be some bent sheet metal and hurt feelings, so expect something to go wrong here eventually. They're all pretty much filing out single file here. Jesus Gonzalez got a little bit loose after dealing with Michael Brewer and Byron Martin. That bad Dragon Ford still trying to contend with the Telcel Toyota. Jesus Gonzalez driving with the Mexican Telecom Company under his hood. He'll be driving the 8. I think he'll be driving the 6 car next year. I believe that'll be for probably Mountain West Racing, I would probably guess. I forgot which number. I created the damn roster and I forgot where I put him. Ryan Hill is making a bit of a gap over Alex McCumber, the Colorado winner, looking for his second top 3 of the season. And the fact we're almost through to lap 20, that's about 1% of the race. No, it's not. Sorry. Yeah, it might be. It actually might be. So. But it's very interesting to watch how this race has evolved. Sorry, I pressed the Windows key. But it's been very interesting to see how the race has evolved up to this point. Oh, the 67 cutting across the nose of Byron Martin. And this is where the action normally is in toward the back of the pack. And you can see Travis Creighton on the inside battling the Canadian Sheldon Gatineau. Gatineau does have a win at Chicagoland. Almost got himself a win a couple races ago at Lime Rock. However, that did not work out the way he would have hoped. It was either that or it was the last race we did. I think he tried to get a win in Oswego, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, got a little bit of blood, boiling here. Chadhudri Bhattacharya trying to hold off the 19 of Paul Rivera. Now Rivera in the superior car. Is he going to take the inside? Bhattacharya getting a little tight on corner exit. Will he be able to hold the top side? Will he be able to keep the 19 at bay? That car might be a little bit too tight to really keep that 19 at bay. We got one blowing up. It's Sam Fitzgerald. And he's going to merge back onto the track. Fitzgerald has blown his motor. Oh, and the Utah native with problems in his final race. Oh, man. Oh, he's out of the race. That's got to suck for Fitzgerald. 41-year-old out of Taylorsville, Utah, was participating in his final race today, and he is out with a header issue, according to the scoring pylon. That sucks. Fitzgerald has not had many DNFs, if at all, this season, and I think that his engine finally just gave way. That Pilger Racing Toyota out of the race. Underfunded team out of Pilger, Nebraska. And they are going home with a blown motor. They've been able to keep that motor intact most of the season, but unfortunately it finally gave out on him. Tracy Bennett does take second place away from the one of Jordan McClure. Brian Cox has been looking for his first win all season. Oh, he's going to move up to the top side and take Jordan McClure to the wall a little bit there. Through the first quarter of this first quarter. I guess so. Like the first eighth of the race, then. No, not the first 30. The first 1/32 of the race. I'm not sure if that's correct, but whatever. Drew Foster. Sorry. Drew Foster on the top side, Ryan Apt on the bottom. And it's going to be very interesting. This race is going to... The track's going to evolve. The race is going to really evolve. It's going to be interesting to see what Ryan Apt is able to do. He's in a pretty fast car today. He's currently holding his own. He's outside the top 10, but I think that's going to be changed here in just a couple minutes. Rick Taylor is there with Chaudhry Bhattacharya, the Bangladesh driver, the Bengali driver in 11th place at this time. Rick Taylor 12th, Uffelman 13th. Apt is battling with Uffelman for 13th. That's potentially... No, it's not his teammate, sorry. But they're both Chevrolet drivers under the Chevrolet driver program, so that's going to be interesting to watch. "30 laps through here in North Wilkesboro. And Ryan Hill is basically, he's led all 31 laps today. And that Monster Energy Toyota is just unstoppable. Joe Gibbs Racing's 18 car has been completely unstoppable this season. Ryan Hill about to get his 4th win here if he can hold on for... Good freaking Lord. 360 some odd laps. About 367 laps to go here in North Wilkesboro. And we already have our first taste of lap traffic potentially, as Daniel Walker currently just now getting off the front straightaway. There you can see on the onboard with Ryan Hill. Not very far from getting lapped, and there's his teammate Jake Wild. Wild had a very, very poor start to the season. Was last in points at one point, and then Jesus Gonzalez went to last. Then it was Brown. Speaking of which, Jesus Gonzalez probably in the worst position he's been all season since the end of the first quarter of the season. He's currently hanging out 22nd place. That's his teammate Carter Brown. That we're looking at right now. Brown has been the worst of that Golden Gate Racing squadron. And now he's looking to make a move on Dennis Key whenever possible. But there's Jesus Gonzalez, the driver out of Mexico. And we got our first pit stop of the day. So that means we can expect them to pit every 30 laps or so. So the next pit stops might be coming in at about lap 62 or lap 63. So mark your calendar there. Brandon Nagayan, James Garcia, Jesus Gonzalez. Very smart for him to pit with the leaders there. Oh, we got a wreck. It's the 33 and Brian Cox. That is not his first pit road incident. Does he have any front damage? No, doesn't look like it. What about Jesus Gonzalez? Looks like he's okay for the most part, but it's not the first pit road accident that 33 car's been involved in. And he just about ran into the back of Ryan Hill, took him out, almost took him out of the race. It's calamity on pit lane. Carter Brown in, Dennis Key, Sheldon Gatineau, Rick Taylor, Nicholas Uffelman, Ryan Hill just now peeling out. That 18 car was your leader by 9 seconds at the line. Let's see how that gap changes. Here comes Tracy Bennett coming off onto the back straightaway. He might take the lead away from Ryan Hill. I don't know. Will Hill be able to hold on? Let's see as they come off turn number 4. Pit stops usually jumble up the field quite a ways. Tracy Bennett looking for his 3rd consecutive victory this season. He's won 2 of the last 5 races, so that's incredible to think about. He's rarely finished outside the top 15 this season. He had an accident in Colorado that took him out. That was probably his only DNF of the season. But needless to say, that 48 car has been doing very well. Well, definitely one of the faster cars in the field. He is shaving off time to Ryan Hill. So wonder if that 18 car isn't having problems at this stage in the race. Miranda Nagayan, this is the highest we've seen her since Texas, where she finished in the top 3. I think. No, she finished 4th. Never mind. I think she did. She's got to deal with Brian Cox. Now, this guy has had so many breaks, and he's just not been able to win. And he's just, that's something that's got to change. As we are getting ready to finish the first 8th of the race, Ryan Hill has led most of the laps today. I think all but like 1 or 2 because of the pit stops. But Tracy Bennett, while he is losing time to Ryan Hill, I wonder if Ryan Hill is using up his tires trying to get away from that 48. But here comes Daniel Walker. We talked about him earlier. That 18 car looking to lap him here very shortly. That could definitely help out Tracy Bennett, provided that Walker does end up holding up that 15, because these lap cars do not like yielding for the leader. I'm sorry if you hear a fan. It's almost 72 degrees in here. That's too hot for me. That's way too hot for me. Up here in the press box at North Wilkesboro. Totally not my office space. Ryan Hill is your leader. That Toyota... Actually, all these Toyota drivers have been doing fairly decent all season. Toyota makes up for the most wins this season. So far, Darren Claw and Ryan Hill have combined for 3 wins. There's also been wins by other Toyota drivers such as Sheldon Gatineau, Miranda Nagayan, Greg Ramirez, Paul Rivera, and many others. So the only Chevrolet wins, to the best of my knowledge, were Tracy Bennett, Ryan Apt, and I'm trying to look through the field. Let's see. And then there's only one Ford driver that has won a race. That is that is Jordan McClure, who has had an opposite season to that of Byron Martin. The one has got a win this season. He's got a couple of top 5s. Byron Martin is consistently hanging out in the top 20, so I don't know if it's just a disparity with the car's equipment. And with how expensive they charge these things that Bad Dragon sells, you'd think that maybe the sponsor money would be somewhat plentiful. Second look at your Xfinity helicopter view, getting you a wider angle of the track. And, well, we are now at a point where we can probably take a bit of a breather. No, we're not, because Chaudhry Bhattacharya wants to make sure the 27 doesn't live to see the next day. Bhattacharya, in his final race, he says that he plans to come back to the All-Star Series. However, he just was not able to find a contract for the next season. Might run part-time next season, maybe run a couple races here and there, but that's probably about all you're going to see out of him next season, if at all. Tracy Bennett now in second place. He is losing time because of Daniel Walker. However, the 18 car has to deal with Jake Wild and Dennis Key. Expect these lap cars to be a bit of a problem throughout most of the race. Might see a good portion of the field get lapped. 19 brake checks a little bit in the corner. Here comes the 4 of Rick Taylor. Can he get past that 19 without getting wrecked? And by the way, that 57 car, not a lap car. He is actually contending for position up there. Side by side, Rick Taylor making a bottom pass on the 19. And there goes Taylor, the Ohio native, trying to get past Paul Rivera. He's going to get to the back bumper of Hayden Benning in his final race. Nicholas Offelman getting a little too close. The battle of the banks here. Green Dot versus Weeble, even though Weeble's an investing firm. But here comes one of the banking cars, the Anjuno car of Daniel Van Hewley. Oddly enough, I think both Weeble and Anjuno deal with crypto. Not that I'd ever get involved in that, but we got a massive logjam here. It's like what you would probably see in Formula 1. You know, one car is trying to block, and then if you try and block the guy that's behind you, you're going to end up slowing both of you down. The guys behind are going to be able to catch up. That's just usually how this kind of stuff works. I can't even take a bit of a breather because there's just too much going on around the track right now to really even say really anything. Ryan Hill makes a pass on Dennis Key, so that'll put him a lap down, the 25-year-old from Stapleton, Nebraska. And here comes the new era Caps Toyota. Greg Ramirez. One win this season for the 36-year-old. And that win came at the Budweiser Stock Car Festival. Had the points lead for a brief moment at the beginning of the season. He had multiple consecutive top 5 finishes, and then he just kind of fell off late in the season. Did get his first win at Richmond, however, that was a long time ago. That was back in June when we streamed consistently. Hopefully we'll be able to keep you more entertained this summer. Here comes the 2 of Byron Martin to the back bumper of Michael Brewer, trying to keep his position. This is the battle for 19th place out of 27 cars, or 26. Now that Sam Fitzgerald retired because of that blown head gasket. Oh, he's not the only one. Chaudhuri Bhattacharya also having motor issues today. And Bhattacharya, in his final race for the foreseeable future, is out with a header problem. Same thing that happened to Sam Fitzgerald. Now, it's not a manufacturer thing because Fitzgerald's a Toyota and Bhattacharya is a Ford. So I wonder if we're going to see any more Toyotas blowing up today, or if those are going to be the only drivers out. Alex McCumber having the race of his season so far. He is back in 7th, but he has been able to hang with the big dogs today. Here comes the 7 of Darren Claw. He's made a little bit of contact with Daniel Walker. He's trying to chase down Miranda Nagayan, who is going to be his teammate next season. She is going to be going to the number 8 car as MPH Motorsports expands to 3 cars. She'll be driving the 8 car with Target sponsorship. Motorsport.com will be more of a secondary sponsor, if at all. She'll be driving alongside Darren Claw. I think Darren Claw will be driving. I'm not going to check right now, but there's a 3rd entry with that MPH Motorsports crew. They just went ahead and said, hey, we got 1 successful car. Why not have 3 of them? To be honest with you, it's probably you get more prize money at the end of each race. Hey, it's lap 69 here, presented by a bad drive. I'm just joking. Ryan Hill leads the one lap that matters most. He leads lap number 69 here in North Wilkesboro. And we are just 20 laps off from there being a lap 420. If we were racing at Bristol, we would have a lap 420. So that's just sad. I was checking their speed because I thought we had a caution. I'm going to check the pace car real quick to see if it's out. And it doesn't look like there's any lights on the tow truck. So, no caution. I thought there was one. Miranda Nagai with a ballsy move as she goes down into pit lane. She didn't really have much of an option, but she just dove right down pit lane. And this is where we said the next pit window would be. And so with that, we can estimate there'll probably be about 7 more pit stops for these drivers. And here's to hoping Brian Cox doesn't kill anyone trying to come on the pit road. But we do got a lot of people coming down the pits now, including the 57s. Actually, all 3 of the Potter Racing Chevrolets. Ryan Hill coming down pit lane as well for his second stop of the race. Miranda Nagai looks like she's just now getting out of pit lane. She's going to peel right on out. And she's out of there. Said sayonara to Ryan Hill. Sayonara, arrivederci, hasta luego. Or as the Finnish would say, nakamin. Or, sorry. No. Nahadan, sorry. Oh, man. What was that? I need to pause for a minute. See what Rick Taylor did. That could have been hairy. NR 2003, you never cease to amaze me. How did he not crash? How? Anyway, Rick Taylor just about dodges death. Everybody else is finishing up their pit stops. Here comes Tracy Bennett. He was marked the leader when Ryan Hill was out on the track. And there's Ryan Hill right there, speak of the devil. Travis Creighton right there. I'm not quite sure if he's a lap down or not. He might actually be because he's marked as 2 down right now. So this is going to be very confusing to see who's where. We are 3/4 of the way through this first quarter of the race. This 400 lap event. We finished 74 laps. About to finish 75 as soon as the 71 comes down. I don't know where he's at. That would be Sheldon Gatineau. Sheldon Gatineau won under caution at Chicagoland earlier this season. There he is, trying to find a safe place to merge. Oh, Rick Taylor and Hayden Benning going at it. The 2 Chevrolets side by side. Whether or not they... Yep, they are battling for position. They are battling for 15th as of right now. Hayden Benning... 14th. Hayden Benning takes 14th position. And Sheldon Gatineau is being put behind the Vermin and the Wild Family Racing cars. The 27 of James Garcia, what's supposed to be the flagship car of Paul Menard Racing, has not done well this season. However, he has improved massively. I will give him that. He has improved massively since our first race at Daytona. Speaking of which, we return on August 27th, 17 days from now. The Modal Breaks 300 at Daytona to start off Season 2. That'll be August 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Prodigy Racing Network. Shut up. Greg Ramirez confirmed that he will be coming back to Joe Gibbs Racing for next season. However, the 11 and the 19. No, I'm sorry. No, I think I got that all wrong. Oh, I know there's a couple of rookies coming to Joe Gibbs for next season, but I don't know who. So far, so good. They've kept it relatively clean. Ryan Hill has about a 3.5 second gap over Tracy Bennett. And now the 18 car about ready to take that Bad Dragon Ford a lap down. Bad Dragon will be leaving the 2 car after this season. McDonald's will stay on board as a primary sponsor through what they plan to sponsor that 2 car the entire season. However, another primary sponsor could come along. Jesus Gonzalez is about to go a lap down for the first time in multiple races. However, he has improved his position since we last checked up on him. He has gained 2 positions from when we checked up on him in the first quarter of the race. Or the first quarter of the segment, rather. Byron Martin trying his best to hold on to that position. And the Fords will be getting a bit of a facelift for next season, as they will be switching from the Fusion to the Mustang for the next season. The Toyota Camry and the Chevrolet SS will still be the flagship cars for Chevy and Toyota for next season. And that is basically the only changes that will be made to next season's cars. Here comes Sheldon Gatno. He's going to force the 57 of Hayden Benning up the track. A little bit of contact on the front straightaway. As we are getting ready to come to 312 laps to go. Almost. 313 laps to go. That's how much remains. We've been live for 45 minutes, although keep in mind, about 5 minutes of that was the intro sequence, like the stream starting soon. We've dedicated about 10 minutes to the starting lineup. So realistically, I think we've been racing about 46 minutes, and NR 2003 says we've been going for about 37 minutes, so not bad. And of course, I think when I print out the results, it will be able to tell me how long the race lasted, so, or how long they've been green, rather. Like total race time. Ryan Hill still having trouble getting past that 2 car of Byron Martin. And the Bad Dragon Ford is having the time of his life, I'm sure. Thank everyone for coming out here to the Prodigy Racing Network for today's coverage of the Dirty Mo Media 400 in tribute to Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is probably one of the main reasons why North Wilkesboro Speedway is getting a revival in the real world. Oh, contact! Byron Martin on the top side. He's going to be set to the top by Ryan Hill. He's finally had enough of that 2 car. One of the most aggressive drivers all season finally loses his temper with the Ford in front of him, and he's going to get past him. I bet that 2 car has a couple things he'd like to say. And the 18 car is now going to get past Byron Martin. No retirement since that retirement by Chaudhary Bhattacharya. Remember Bhattacharya and Fitzgerald both retired with a header issue. So something went wrong with their motor at the beginning of the race. And they might not be the only ones who blow up in this race. Jesus Gonzalez moving to the middle side, trying to give Ryan Hill a little bit of room. And Hill's been racing these lap cars very aggressively, and that might be a bit of a detriment to him late in the race. If we can start to see Tracy Bennett is starting to make his way up toward Byron Martin right now. He's got a little bit of time now that that 18 car got held up. Let's see if he's gained or lost any time since that last lap. He has gained a couple tenths over Ryan Hill. And these two cars still battling for position. Hayden Benning and Nicholas Uffelman, 19 years old, has really stunned a lot of people. The driver out of Stapleton, Nebraska, has done wonders this season. He's been in pretty poor equipment, but he has made the most of it. Rick Taylor, his teammate, up there battling with Drew Foster. This is the battle for 13th. 15 seconds behind the leader. Ryan Apt, currently in 9th place, looking for yet another top 5 or another top 10. He will be leaving Conway Racing at the end of the season. Another driver, a rookie, will come in to replace him. He'll be headed to, I think he'll be headed to MPH. I'm not quite sure. He's headed to a better team, though. I know that much. Ryan Hill has led most of the 100 laps, and when he crosses the line, we'll be 1/4 of the way. And we are officially a quarter of the way through this 400 lap race. 300 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And the number 18 will be turning 18 before Daytona. Right now, the youngest driver in the field by far. He's 17 years old. Coming out of Port Huron, Michigan, and he is poised to walk away a champion right now. He is going to walk away champion. Right now, he doesn't have the most laps led right now. He does, obviously, he's 100 laps away from the halfway bonus. But I don't see him finishing poorly unless his engine blows up. So he is your champion pretty much. Ryan Hill, Darren Claw trying to make sure Tracy Bennett doesn't take away second place. Claw will be you can pretty much guarantee that 7 car will be fighting for a title next season. But right now he's got to deal with his future teammate in Miranda Nagayan, and she's up there on the top side. The 30-year-old out of Tupper Lake, New York, won at Indianapolis Raceway Park earlier this year. Here comes Darren Claw on the bottom. He's got a bit of a run coming into the front straightaway. Here comes Miranda Nagayan blocking on the top side. Will she move to the bottom in time? Yes, she will. Throws a block on Darren Claw. Here comes Alex McCumber to the bottom. Wonder if he's going to make a move. McCumber to the bottom. And that's going to give Darren Claw not much room here. And it's going to kill his chances of getting to that 11 car. Here comes that 72. It's sad to see the MPH Motorsport car getting beat out by New Age Racing. A team that has consistently finished mid-pack this season. With the exception of Sheldon Gatineau, that is. Although that was about as much of a Mickey Mouse win as you can get. But still, a win's a win. Miranda Nagayan still trying to chase down Travis Crane. I'm losing my voice. Wonderful. I'm not built for these 400 lap races. Speaking of New Age, here's some teammates here battling for position. This is a battle for 13th place between Daniel Van Hewley and Sheldon Gatineau. And Miranda Nagayan down in the pit road. She's had some questionable strategy calls this season, so Let's see if this one works out for her, but she is one of the first ones down pit road. Has a bit of a far pit stall. And so, I guess that would probably mean we got about, if I had to guess, about 9 more pit, I don't know. I don't know, actually, how many pit stops we probably have left at this point. I'm going to stick with like 6 or 7 more to go. Greg Ramirez out of his stall. One of the Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas. Daniel Van Healy just about cuts off the 45 of Ryan App like a diabetic's leg. And James Garcia laughing his ass to the bank as he makes a pass on the top side as they come out of pit road. Carter Brown. I thought we had a bit of a collision in pit road. I guess I might have just been seeing things. And a collision between Darren Claw and Jordan McClure. And a major race off pit road. We got a caution. Caution is out here in North Wilkesboro. What happened? And the yellow's out. Your Dodge pace car out on the track. Let's see what happened to bring out the yellow. Okay. Oh my lord, that's what brought it out. Okay. So something finally happened. Oh, Ryan Hill. Oh, Nicholas Uffelman. Hard hit for both of those drivers. I'm going to go to the second camera angle. Ryan Hill and Hayden Benning are on the top side. Benning's about to go a lap down. There's Sheldon Gatineau right there. Gatineau looks like he's about to come down into pit road. Nicholas Uffelman panics, moves to the top side. Ryan Hill takes that 5. He's going to get to the quarter panel of the 5. Sheldon Gatineau is rapidly trying to slow down. And Uffelman, horrendous crash. Oh my lord, and a horrendous accident for the 5 in that Green Dot Banking Service Chevrolet. And let's see. Oh, and he crashed into that wall at 100 miles an hour. That is incredible. A horrendous accident for Nicholas Uffelman. That is the worst crash that we've had all season. Oh my god. We're gonna go on board here with Sheldon Gatineau here shortly. You're on board with Sheldon Gatineau. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Well, that was a bit of a botched onboard. But I think you get the idea. Oh, shit. Yeah, that was a horrendous accident. We're going to go on board with Ryan Hill. And I don't know who really got the worst of that accident. I think it might have been Uffelman. But Ryan Hill also got a little bit of damage to his car, I believe, so wonder how that's going to affect his run today. Remember, he was trying to fend off against Tracy Bennett. Let's go on board with Nicholas Uffelman. This is going to be painful. And we hope that Uffelman is okay. And that is the hardest hit that I have seen this season. And we just hope that these Budweiser All-Star Series stock cars are safe. We saw a close call with Rick Taylor earlier in the race. I was wondering if someone was going to hit that barrier, but Ryan Hill and Tracy Bennett coming down pit road. We got one into the pits now. It is Daniel Van Hewley. Watch it not be Van Hewley. Oh, Carter. Oh, my. What happened here? Daniel Walker, what the hell happened to you? Thing's freaking bashed in. Walker was doing just fine. Oh, and there was another one here too. So a string of accidents. Darren Claw was involved, and this was coming off pit road. And, oh, I see what happened. Carter Brown just loses all sense of talent. And that's got to be frustrating for Darren Claw. Claw had absolutely nowhere to go, and that's a hard hit for Claw, and he's probably out of this race as a result. He was going 90 miles an hour off that wall. I wonder if his throttle isn't hung. Doesn't look like his throttle's hung, but... Oof. Yeah, that's just horrible. That's just absolutely horrible. And then what happened with Daniel Van Hewley? Or was that wasn't Van Hewley, that was Paul Rivera. He's already been involved in a couple of accidents this season. Rick Taylor. Oh, it happened again. Oh my God. It happened again. This time it was Rick Taylor and Paul Rivera. This is not the first time that Paul Rivera has been involved in an accident coming to pit road. Oh, shit. I'm very sorry for my language, but that's like a horrendous. That is, and that would probably hurt someone if that was a real crash. So we're on board with Rick Taylor. Somebody's getting suspended. Oh, and looks like there was a bit of a hit. That's how Daniel Walker got that damage. That's how he got that. And how did Carter Brown get the damage that he got? Oh, he got wrecked too. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was involved in that accident. Okay. He was involved. You'd think they'd be a little bit more careful coming under caution, but Carter Brown, he's trying to... Oh, yeah, that's right. He was involved in that wreck with Darren Paul. Now I see how that 85 actually got involved in that. He didn't have a choice either. And then what happened to Daniel Walker? He just comes right into Rick Taylor. Oh. Reacted far, far too late. And that 15, severe damage to that 15 car. Is there anyone else that I need to know about before we go back under green? That's why these idiots need to start slowing down under yellow. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do anyway, but, like, don't... So Darren Claw's race might very well be over. The big one happens under caution. The 5 of Nicholas Offelman has retired from the race. That should have been a given. He'll be going to the infield care center. Hopefully he will be okay. Ryan Apt appears maybe he has a little... No, he doesn't have any damage. Never mind. And we got one car smoking like a chimney, and that would be the 15 of Daniel Walker. I wonder why. Walker coming into his pit stall. He might not come out of it. Yep, there he is. He has retired. He is out of the race. And that's it for that 15 car. So that is one car. And Paul Rivera has also retired from the race. So pour one out for that number 19 team. Joe Gibbs Racing has been involved in quite a few accidents. I wonder if Rick Taylor is going to be retiring here. They'll be under yellow for a little bit here, so Byron Martin's in pit road. I wonder what happened to him. I can't quite see. So Rick Taylor staying on pit road. Darren Claw has... They basically just removed his hood. That front end is still bashed in. I don't know if I'd be safe or if I'd be comfortable parading that around. Well, at worst, I think it might just be a bit of an aerodynamic disadvantage for that 7 car. Oh, we got another one, and the bad luck continues for the 7. Runs right into Jordan McClure. The 19 car retired. The 15... Okay, so here are your retirements in order of how they happened. Sam Fitzgerald retired because of a blown motor. So did Chadhudri Bhattacharya. Nicholas Offwoman retired just because he got T-boned by the pit wall. Daniel Walker out because he was not able to react. He rear-ended Rick Taylor. And Paul Rivera is out because he also got T-boned. So that is not the good. Your leader is currently the 33 of Brian Cox. I wonder if that is correct. But where is the 71? There's no way he's in the lead. There's no way that 7's also in the lead. Because I just saw him coming into pit road. So you see all those cars on the bottom of that row. Those are lap cars. Cars that are a lap down or more. They will be restarting on the inside row. The leaders will be on the top side. And here they come off of turn 4. And green flag back in the air here for the Dirty Mo Media 400. This is not going to end well. Oh, contact! Daniel Van Heuly gets sent up the track, and he's going to lose a ton of time. They're 3 wide coming off the front straightaway. Daniel Van Heuly losing a ton of time. Contact with teammate Sheldon Gatno. And apparently that 71 car is in the lead, as well as Darren Claw. However long that's going to be is to be determined. 71 car, technically your leader according to the board. I wonder what kind of fuckery happened there. Well, I know Ryan Hill went into pit lane, but I don't think that should have really affected anything. So it might be some kind of glitch. If they were the leaders, you would probably assume that they would be up more toward the front, but I guess they just weren't able to get into the pacing line in time. 3 wide, contact the 67-45. They're going to take a 3 wide. Alex McCumber diving to the bottom. 67 will let off. Here comes Byron Martin to get to Ryan Apt. Martin on the bottom. He's got McCumber cleared. Drew Foster now making his way into the mix here. And this is going to be the battle for I don't even know. Because Byron Martin is a lap down. So what is he doing battling with the 45 and the 47? So the real battle here is for 9th between Drew Foster and Ryan Apt. I'm just as confused as you are, don't worry. 3 wide, Carter Brown making things very difficult for Byron Martin. And Drew Foster is the only one on the lead lap in this 3 wide battle for position. Drew Foster hoping he doesn't get screwed by a lap car. Sheldon Gatno, your current leader. Currently into this battle with Ryan Apt. Ryan Apt gets a little bit tired of Carter Brown. He pushes him off to the top side. And here comes Sheldon Gatno battling for his spot here. He won a race at Chicagoland under caution. So, wonder if he's going to become a major benefactor from that yellow. Alex McCumber trying to battle with Miranda Nagayan, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Sheldon Gatineau, or sorry, Alex McCumber. Greg Ramirez moving his way up past Miranda Nagayan. And he'll move into 7th place as it stands. And that 11 car losing time rapidly here. Drew Foster, the last one on the lead lap. He's going to try and get past Miranda Nagayan. There is something wrong with that 11 car. And right now, your leader is the 71 of Sheldon Gatineau, according to the pylon. However accurate that is to be determined. Darren Claw currently losing a ton of time. He's marked in 2nd, but I have a feeling that's not going to be a very permanent position, as he was involved in that accident that brought out the yellow. And then Jordan McClure just made his life even more difficult by running into him on pit road under caution. So unless another yellow comes out, I don't think that we're going to really see the top 10 be in order anymore. Sheldon Gatineau trying to hold off Travis Creighton. Ryan Hill was your leader. He has moved up into 4th place, to his credit. And they have cut down that lead a little bit. They have cut it down by a couple seconds since that green flag flew, but I'm very perplexed as to how Brian Cox is in the conversation right now. He's up there battling with Tracy Bennett and Ryan Hill. I think Gatineau might have actually stayed out. That might be why he's in the lead. That's what he did at Chicagoland to win the race. The caution came out with Paul Rivera and Sam Fitzgerald's accident coming to pit road, and Gatineau stayed out and won the race. So I wonder if that's what he's relying on. Here comes Alex McCumber to the back bumper. This is the battle for 5th between Brian Cox and Alex McCumber. I said Sheldon Gatineau. I'm very, very sorry for that. They're both on the same team, so I do apologize. Here comes Ryan Hill trying to get past the 90 of Jesus Gonzalez, the driver from Mexico. Forgot the name of the town. Sheldon Gatineau from Mississauga, Ontario, trying to get past the 77 of Travis Creighton. That will most likely put him 2 down here. And now he'll be looking to give Jesus Gonzalez another lap here very shortly, provided the 71 doesn't blow up. And Darren Claw rapidly losing time. He is still 2nd, but he has lost 3 seconds to the leader in the last 10 laps. And it's still very early in the race. I don't know. I wouldn't put it against any of these drivers to take the lead here. But we know that pit window is going to be coming up in about 20 laps or so. So they're going to need to... Or not even that. It's going to be coming up in about maybe 10 laps because they pit every 30 or so laps. We're just going to have to see how that pans out. Darren Claw losing a lot of... Now remember, he's got that hood off. They've had to do some engine work, making sure that car can at least finish the race. They don't really... They didn't have a shot to win the title at all coming into this race. Darren Claw started 2nd. He was 2nd in the points coming into this race. He didn't have a hope in hell of getting the title, but here he is anyway. He's going to try and get past Hayden Benning. This isn't the first encounter he's had with that 57 car. You can view rosters and more on our website. Just go to our YouTube homepage. Why it isn't in the link, or why the link isn't in the description, I'll never understand. Because I'm stupid. However, Anyway, yeah, driver rosters, even though this is the last race of the season, driver rosters, blah, 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 all that will be on the website. Plus, I'm thinking about archiving it, so it's whatever. If you want to view all that, link to the website, link to our website is on the links page on our YouTube channel. Go check it out. Also, you can view some news within the PRN universe. So, stuff for the Budweiser All-Star Series, the Toyota World Series, and if I ever get it off the ground... Nah, I can't say it. But it's a truck series of some kind. Here comes the 33, Brian Cox. Still trying to hold off the 72 of Alex McCumber. And what's very impressive is all three of those new age drivers are in the top 10. Ryan Hill continues to cut the lead down. Should be getting there within a couple hundred laps. However, remember, we are coming to the halfway part of the race, so if they want to make a move, they got to make it now. The halfway bonus, that is 5 bonus points, which could help a lot of these guys in their standings goals. A couple of these guys are just trying not to finish last, above all. A couple of these guys are looking for top 10s, some of them top 5s. Ryan Hill already has the lead, so he's running away with the championships. There's no point in battling. But Tracy Bennett wants to take that top 3 away, and Ryan Hill and Tracy Bennett are hands down the fastest cars in this race. And speaking of which, let's take a look at your Xfinity fastest lap standings, and that is, no surprise, Tracy Bennett with a 19.912. Ryan Hill coming in second. He's not been exactly the fastest lap candidate most of the season. He's gotten a lot of bonus points, though, for fastest laps, so I guess you could say that. But that 18 car is usually a very, very speedy car. We do have our first pit stops coming now. Jesus Gonzalez coming into pit lane. I think he's the only one. Yeah, he's the only one on pit road. So, yeah, Gonzalez coming in. And, oh, I thought he was going to hit the wall. Okay, so Gatineau safely goes on the pit lane. So does Van Heuly, Brown. A couple of others might be coming on. So, might see another yellow here, I guess, because the AI does not like pit stops for whatever reason, so. Daniel Van Heuly, the only one of the Anjuno Brigade, now that Paul Rivera is out of the race. We have not had any more retirements since that caution. Rick Taylor is out of the race, but that was probably a given. We got 21 cars out of the starting 27. 6 cars have retired. Miranda Nagayan coming down the pit lane. She's outside the top 10. She started in 5th place. And now she's out into 11th. She's dropped down 6 spots from her starting position. And usually the goal is to finish higher than you started. Oh, we got sparks. There was obviously a little bit of a collision there between Hayden Benning and Travis Creighton. So that's not good. And we are down to 250 laps to go. There's Darren Claw getting a little bit of service on his car. And Alex McCumber, Jordan McClure almost ruined his day again. McClure will be coming back to the number 1 car next season. And he has a fresh new sponsor with him. And I forgot his sponsor, so. Ryan Hill battling with one of the reject cars. That is Jesus Gonzalez on the bottom. And Tracy Bennett has stolen away that third place spot. And this could determine who gets inside the second place spot now that Darren Claw has fallen back considerably. They did a little bit of service to that 7 car on pit road, but it doesn't appear that it has changed anything. He is still losing a ton of time to Sheldon Gatno, who, by the way, was about 100 miles an hour at the line, so keep that in mind. Every time they slow down, I always think it's a yellow. Oh, we do have a yellow. The caution is out. And who was it? I'm seeing some damage to a couple of these guys. So focus on the pace. So the second caution of the day comes out, but who's it for? That is a beautiful looking pace car. So I'm looking for someone who's wrecked. Unless it was just one of those debris cautions. Can't imagine that being the case, though. So let's see who died. Well, this will definitely regroup the field. So Sheldon Gatno's not going to have quite the lead. I can't find a reason for the caution, so we're just going to have to let sleeping dogs lie on that one. I can't see any damage to really anybody, unless Gatno got involved in something. Cumber a little too hot entering pit road there. Kind of scared me a little bit. The Gatno will be pitting, which means you might have a new leader. And that new leader could potentially be Brian Cox. Oh, we have a collision. Alex McCumber potentially oh, we got another one. Darren Claw has just had horrendous luck coming out of pit road. Ryan Hill, I think, is going to walk away with minimal damage, if at all. So we're just going to have to see, but I don't know. Didn't look very good. I don't know. These guys are not very careful coming out of pit road. Jesus. They have a very fond habit of oh, Jesus Gonzalez has spun. Let's pause and let's see what happened to the Mexican. It's like Gatno was trying to come in, and he just takes out Jesus Gonzalez. Thankfully, Gonzalez does hit the wall, but it doesn't look like he really has much damage. He's probably very frustrated, though, the fact that he got spun. I mean, I know I'd be stark raving mad if that happened to me. And so the hoodless wonder, Darren Claw, still second place as of right now. However, that is very much subject to change with Ryan Hill and Tracy Bennett in the places they are right now. .157 laps completed once they cross the line. And lights are still on the pace car, so they're not ready to restart quite yet. We expected a couple cautions this race, I guess. It's North Wilkesboro, baby. Well, I don't know who brought out the caution. And it appears Sheldon Gatineau served a penalty. Or not Sheldon Gatineau, sorry, Alex McCumber served a penalty on that pit stop. So I wonder what happened to that 72 car that warranted that penalty. If anyone should be penalized, it probably should be Gatineau because... Sorry. But if anybody should be penalized, it should be Gatineau because he ended up spinning Jesus Gonzalez, ultimately. So let's see here. 1 to go at the line until the green flag comes out. We are almost halfway through this second quarter of the race. 60%, almost 60% of the way through. So Sheldon Gatineau will be leading us to the line, followed by Darren Claw, Tracy Bennett, Ryan Hill, and Alex McCumber. Everybody else is a lap down. That is very weird. And coming to the green. Green flag in the air here in North Wilkesboro. Darren Claw, I have a feeling, is going to bring out a yellow here very shortly. Sheldon Gatineau not pulling away. Here comes Drew Foster. Byron Martin on the bottom, although he is not even close to contending for the lead. I think he's actually 2 or 3 laps down right now, so that he does deserve to be up there. That's the thing about these NR 2003 races, is that they tend to become pretty weird with the standings, but we got a 3-wide battle. This is the battle for second, and it's going to get very hairy here shortly. Darren Claw about ready to lose the top 3. We got contact. Ryan Hill's had enough of him. Contact between Alex McCumber and Tracy Bennett. This is going to be hairy. Remember, these are all lap cars right here. Three wide as they come off turn number 2. And coming into turn 3, turn 4, coming off 4. And contact. Tracy Bennett runs into his teammate, Drew Foster. Foster holding on to the 7th position as it stands. Only 5 cars on the lead lap here, as we enter lap 164. Almost halfway done here. I think it was those pit stops that really screwed everything up. Darren Claw is all over the place. He's going to cause a yellow here shortly. 68 of Daniel Van Healy making a ballsy move to the inside. Trying to get past the 47 of Drew Foster. This is a 4-way battle for 6th or 7th place. Jordan McClure trying to net his 3rd top 10 of the season. 3 wide off of 4. Contact between Brian Cox and Drew Foster. Honestly, Foster might have a bit of an advantage here as they come into the turn. Side by side, coming to the line there. This is the battle for 9th now. So they've really fallen off. The 18 of Ryan Hill doesn't really have the pace to keep up with Sheldon. Well, he does have the pace to keep up with Gatineau, but right now, as it stands, Gatineau is your leader by just under a second, but Ryan Hill's being held up by his teammate, Greg Ramirez. Ramirez is the leader of that lap down squad, so he's trying to get up to that 71 car as fast as he can. trying to get himself unlapped, and if a caution comes out, he could potentially be in a very good spot. But most of that top 10 does not deserve to be a lap down. Something is very, very goofy with that timing system. Ryan Apt trying to get past Miranda Nagayan. She is right now battling for 10th. She's got to get past Michael Brewer first. Right now, Darren Claw is in the back of the guys on the lead lap. And contact, Miranda Nagayan. She's going to have to force Ryan Apt to let off 3 wide as they enter turn 4. It's Nagayan versus Apt. This is a major battle for 11th right now. And it's going to end with that 45 getting the 11th spot, but Miranda Nagayan is trying to keep herself composed. She's just not had the best of seasons. She won Indian. She had a very strong start to the season, but then she just kind of fell off. Well, we have officially been live for an entire soccer match. We've been live for about 90 minutes. I could have watched a soccer game in the time it took to get this halfway over. Although I think cautions might be to blame on that one. Darren Claw is not going to be on the lead lap for long, I guarantee you. Right now, he is losing. He's losing about maybe 4/10 a lap, and that's not a very good thing for that Toyota. Honestly, he's probably killing the engine by keeping that thing out there. Sheldon Gatineau lost 1/100th of a second there. But right now, that 18 car still looking. He's got to get past his teammate, Greg Ramirez. But the thing is, Ramirez is a lap down, but he is in Joe Gibbs' equipment. He's only a lap down because of the pit cycle. So that 20 car, there's nothing wrong with that 20 car. He's not a reject car either. So that 18 is battling with a legitimate foe that is a lap down. And is trying to unlap himself for one. He's trying to get past that 71 car. But right now, he's probably a good second off from that 71 car. But they are gaining time. So credit where credit's due to those two Joe Gibbs drivers. $20 laps to go until halfway. 21 laps to go, rather. And this so far has been kind of an odd race for the championship decider. Ryan Hill is trying to make sure that he has the championship, even though he is leading the championship by about 100 points. He's pretty much locked up the title, but oh shit, it's not official until the checkered flag. And right now, Sheldon Gatineau is looking to get the most laps led. So that'll be 5 laps, or sorry, that'll be 5 points for the Canadian. But he's still got 19 laps to go until the halfway bonus, so we're just going to have to see. And the longest race of the season. I'm surprised only 2 cars have blown up. Is the caution out? No, it isn't. They were slowing down. They look like, ow! They look like they were going pretty slow, so. Ugh. I just stubbed my toe on something. Hate this. So Ryan Hill has got past Greg Ramirez. And now this will be his chance to retake the lead So let's see here. He started on pole. He doesn't have the fastest lap, but he started on pole. If he passes Gatineau and keeps it until lap 200, he'll lead to halfway. And I think right now, as it stands, he does have the most laps led. So we're just going to have to see how all that pans out. But for now, it looks like he might make a pass on the 71 here. Short. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I did something. I opened up GIMP. What the hell? Ah, no. Thank you. The thing about this game is if you exit the window, it freezes the game. Like, the game just stops. So... although this game is about 19 years old, so... 19 years old and still beloved by race fans. That's what happens when you make a good game. It becomes ageless. Speaking of games that, never mind. I can't make a joke about that. But Ryan Apt in the EA Sports Chevrolet, currently trying to fend off the 47. That 45 has been a top 10 car all day. I almost said all game. God. But all day, he has been a top 10 car. He's currently holding on to 9th. He's not really been higher than 7th today, I believe. So that's something that really needs to be adjusted. But he's about to make a move for 8th. He's considerably faster than Daniel Van Hewley is. And I think Van Hewley was involved in an accident earlier, so he might be a little bit slower right now. But we are coming to that pit window, so maybe his tires have fallen off. We're just going to have to see. But they should up just as soon as I said that. Ryan Hill is diving down pit road. That's not good. So we might see another series of accidents. Darren Claw into pit road. Your 5th place competitor. Now he's back down to the 6th now that Greg Ramirez has got him. Sheldon Gatineau into pit road. If Greg Ramirez can beat out Gatineau, then that might be exactly what he needs. And that will put him in a very good position should the caution come out. This is not going to end well. Okay. James Garcia, Miranda Nagayan, Dennis Keys coming in. Avoids the barrier. And it'll be 3 by 3 as they exit pit road. This is the battle now. This is going to determine. And Greg Ramirez might just have been unlapped. And if the caution comes out, that will be very good news for that 20 car. But so far, it looks like everybody's keeping their nose clean. Coming in and out of pit road, but I don't want to speak too soon. Alex McCumber could watch. McCumber's going to get T-boned. Or I guess not. Sheldon Gatineau, not exactly the guy he wants to see right now. And this is the battle for the lead, by the way. No, it's not. It's a battle for second, but still. Jesus Gonzalez, of all people, on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap. But he's just now exiting pit road, so we're just going to have to see. He might legitimately be on the lead lap. We're just going to have to see. No caution yet. That's a very encouraging sign for a lot of these drivers. But Greg Ramirez, back of the lap down, but he is in a higher position than what he was. Still green. Ryan Hill, your leader, as he passes Greg Ramirez. Now, the 18 has a faster car than that 20 does. And this is the inter-team battle between McCumber and Gatineau. Two drivers that I think might be remaining teammates, but with a different team. And I feel so bad for that 7 car. He is just... He's dropping down the pylon pretty fast. And Drew Foster is about ready to overtake him. So that's going to probably be a free top 10 for Nagayan when it eventually gets to that point. But let's take a look here. The guy that's doing the worst right now is the 77 of Travis. I don't even know where he's at. Oh, there he is. He's currently 6 laps down, so that's not a very encouraging thing for that number 77 car. We do need to pay attention to the leader now because we are coming to 2 laps to go until the halfway bonus is decided. There's Ryan Hill. Looks like he wants to take down Carter Brown. Brown will be going 3 laps down once Ryan Hill gets to him. 1 lap to go to decide the halfway bonus. 5 bonus points. Right now, Ryan Hill does have the most laps led. And hopefully it stays that way. And coming off of 4, 5 bonus points for Ryan Hill. 200 laps to go. And we are halfway through here in North Wilkesboro. He's still trying to chase down Carter Brown, so I don't know. He's going to be making a move here shortly. The top 4 are the only ones on the lead lap right now. Sheldon Gatineau, Alex McCumber. Their battle has worn off, but here comes Tracy Bennett. He's going to try and get himself back into the top 3 before the next round of pit stops come up. Tracy Bennett still holding on pretty nicely here. Carter Brown is pretty much, he's still bound with the 18. It's pretty much futile to battle with that 18 as bent up as that car is. And it's already a slow car as is. It's not helping that there's damage to the back of that car. A lot of cars beat up here in this race, but that 18 looks like it just rolled off the hauler. 48 of Tracy Bennett still there. That Motorola Chevrolet trying to... I can't think of anything. Well, they say Weeble gives you 2 free stocks, and I think Gatineau's got an amazing return on investment here with what he's gotten in that number 71 car, currently holding on to 3rd place. Spent most of that 100 lap stint in the 1st place position. Listen to the engine sounds there as we go into the cockpit. Hope you enjoyed that little inside view of Sheldon Gatineau's cockpit. Well, we're midway through the race, and we haven't really done a crank it up most of the season. I wanted to make that a regular thing, but I guess I'm too stupid to do so. Here's your Xfinity crank it up here on PRN. welcome you back inside of Wilkesboro Speedway for coverage of the Dirty Mo Media 400. And we hope you are having an amazing time here on the stream. You're on board with Daniel Van Hewley for most of that Crank It Up. And that killed 23 laps off of our stream at least. We got a bit of a jumble here. Dennis Key, Brian Cox, Daniel Van Hewley, or sorry, not Daniel Van Hewley, Sheldon Gatno and Alex McCumber all getting jostled around there. Ryan Hill has a 4.57 second lead over Tracy Bennett. And I think I can see why. He's being held up by Jake Wild here. Ah, that's a nice camera shot from the spectator's point of view. Like that camera. It looks like it actually does look pretty nice. We do have some pit stops. I think that is Ryan Hill coming into pit road. So once again, the pit stops on their way. That will give Tracy Bennett the lead of the race here in North Wilkesboro. I wonder if we're going to see a yellow. Here comes Darren Claw into the pits, as well as Byron Martin. Sheldon Gatno, number 71 car, still there. And he's coming into pit road alongside Greg Ramirez. Ramirez in the top 5. The highest classified out of the cars not on the lead lap. Although, to be fair, there are only 3 cars on the lead lap right now. Oh, never mind. 33 of the 47 just got a lap down, so that's wonderful. Jake Wild, Alex McCumber, Brian Cox, all coming into pit road. We also got Drew Foster, Jordan McClure, James Garcia, so both Paul Menard cars coming into pit road. Ryan Hill riding a little too closely to the back bumpers of 77. That could be very dangerous indeed. I guess he has a bit of a death wish here. Ryan Apt and Daniel Van Hewley coming into pit road. Travis Creighton just now coming out of pit lane. Or sorry, Hayden Benning just now coming out of yeah, Hayden Benning just came out. So Michael Brewer and Travis Creighton heading in now. Good. Alex McCumber is the last one on the lead lap. Nope, never mind. Down Daniel Van Hewley. Nope, never mind. Ryan Apt is. So where is Tracy Bennett? That is my question. It's right there with Sheldon Gatno. They are 7 seconds behind. I wonder how this is going to pan out. Greg Ramirez has been trying to get back on the lead lap all race, and it's just not happening. Unless something drastic happens, I don't think... Like the top 4 all wreck out or something, I don't think anyone's getting back on the lead lap. Well, we hope you enjoy this. We hope you're enjoying this race so far. We have almost 160 laps to go. We're about 168 laps to go as it stands. So we hope you stick with us for a little bit longer here on Prodigy Racing Network for the longest race of the season. And if I'm allowed to check my OBS real quick, we've been streaming for 1 hour, 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 40 seconds. So we've been here for a while. And usually normal, like real life NASCAR races, usually take about 3 hours to complete. So we're going to be here all freaking day. Oh, shit. I dropped my mouse. Hold on. If that would have exited out of NR 2003, I would have been so pissed off. Oh, that's great. I knocked the battery out of it. Hold on. So you're looking at Darren Claw. He is still miraculously somehow in the top 10. Through some work of God. He is currently in the top 10, despite the fact he's really freaking beat up right now. Tracy Bennett, currently in second place. Looking for a third consecutive win, but a third consecutive top 3 will also work. And this second half of the season has just been everything for that 48 car. Oh shoot, I did not mean to do that. Well, now the time has come. The 18 is going to lap his own teammate. Miranda Nagayan about to go 2 laps down here in North Wilkesboro. Everybody else is 3 laps down as it stands. We have not had any retirements since that accident. So that is good. Hayden Benning and Michael Brewer battling each other here. 2 teammates. Their teammate Travis Creighton currently 7 laps down, so not good for him. So the 67 is apparently 3 laps down. The 57 is 2 laps down, so this is not going to work out. Even if that 67 car does get past the 57, it's not going to matter, so that's wonderful. Tracy Bennett is nowhere near that 18 car. He's about 7 seconds off. And he's still got about that 71 car of Sheldon Gatineau. Remember, that Weeble Toyota still has a lot of pace. Thank everyone for tuning in to today's race. Now remember, August 27th is the next race of the Budweiser All-Star Series. We go to Daytona for the opening round. The Multiple Breaks 300 from Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing. Only on Prodigy Racing Network. And that Weeble Toyota still got a lot of pace. That 33 car is a lap down, so that 33 car of Brian Cox is not going to be a factor. So he can just hold on steady, but he's still got to try and catch up to that 48 car. He's still got about a 1.16 second gap to that 48 car of Tracy Bennett, and then he's got the 72, his teammate Alex McCumber behind him by about 8/10 of a second. Well, there he is right there. There's Alex McCumber, and he might be able to make a move here sooner rather than later. As Ryan Hill crosses the line, currently has led the most laps. He's looking to solidify that if he can lead to about lap 320. Ryan Hill has led the most laps this season, so good on him. Really, honestly, not much action going on across the racetrack. We do have 150 laps to go. Thank God. So hopefully this race will be over here very shortly. We thank everyone who has tuned into the stream. We hope that you are enjoying yourself. Sit back, relax, have a snack. Preferably something healthy. And enjoy the racing product. I'm going to go to the spectator. Oh my God, that was a bit close there, Darren, don't you think? I think Claw is just trying to get himself out of the race, but here they are coming off a turn turn 2 right now. The 7 of Darren Claw. I'm losing my mental capacity right now. But we got another battle here between Daniel Van Hewley and Dennis Key. I think that is kind of a waste, though, because Key is 3 laps down. Daniel Van Hewley is sitting 1 lap down. He's actually in the top 10. Good on him. Right now, he's trying to track down Ryan Apt and Darren Claw, those of which are right in front of him. So lap cars getting in the way here. Carter Brown about to go, I think this is 4 laps down now. Or sorry, he's 3 laps down, sorry. 3 laps down. Well, not really doing the best that he can. Byron Martin about to get one of his best finishes of the season, which is kind of sad. He's currently back in 16th, 2 laps down. And Ryan Hill is still back there with Miranda Nagayan. Nagayan right now holding on to 13th place. And we thought she was going to get her best finish since the race in Texas. But I guess that's just not going to be the case today, as that 11 car is now into 13th. And unless Ryan Hill punts her out of the way. That 18 car holding on nice and tight. Oh, Daniel Van Hewley is picking a bit of a fight for 10th here with James Garcia. That is a battle for 10th. The 68 will move right on by as he defends his position. And number 68 moving up into 10th place now. And there's Carter Brown on his outside, 3 laps down. Jake Wild is there now too, and the 68 should have a free ticket to 9th place because Darren Claw is up there with a damaged car. So maybe the 68 will have a little bit more security in the top 10 if he can just get past that 3 and then the 7. But here comes Carter Brown, and they're all going to be pitting here very shortly, so this could be very dangerous. Maybe a yellow will help bunch up the field a little bit. We've had 2 cautions here today out of 260 laps. Contributing for about 12 caution laps today. We're looking at Miranda Nagayan for God knows whatever reason. Ryan Hill in the pit road now, so is Darren Claw. Byron Martin now coming down pit lane. He's actually just finished up his stop, so I wonder where that's going to put him out at. 71 is Sheldon Gatno, currently 2nd place. However, that could change. Is that 48 car in pit? No, he's not. So right now, Tracy Bennett is your leader for now. So now here comes Greg Ramirez diving down pit road. Takes out a cone while he's at it. There is a 33 car. God. Gapno in. And we got a wreck. Greg Ramirez and Sheldon Gatno. Will the caution come out? No, it doesn't. Not really anything that really warrants a yellow. They didn't block the pit entry or pit exit. We might see something here shortly. I have the distinct feeling someone's going to wipe out. Nicholas Elfman was released from the infield care center. He is okay. A couple bruises, but he'll be okay. Thank God for these cars. Brandon Nagayan is looking to come out here. Sure, contact, major contact between Nagayan and McClure. Daniel Van Hewley also made a tiny bit of contact. No caution. They're still green for now. And I think Tracy Bennett is your new leader. It might be Ryan Hill. Yeah, it is. It is Ryan Hill. Now he's out by 11 seconds. So he got the leg up on everybody on that pit stop. Now the first top 10 driver has now entered 2 laps down. That is currently James Garcia is 2 down. His teammate Brian Cox inside the top 5. Right now battling with Travis Creighton, who should be 8 down. 77, 7 laps down. On lap 260. 270. And this is a flat-out endurance race. These guys are not used to this race length. So, a lot of these guys are probably starting to get a little bit exhausted in those cars. And the thing about it is, the cabin temperature in stock cars, they can reach up to about 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And we are in the dog days of summer. So, keep that in mind. 140 degrees Fahrenheit in that cockpit. I'm not even joking. You can look it up. But it's a very difficult situation to be in. Well, 17-year-old Ryan Hill from Port Huron, Michigan. Currently in the lead of this race and in the lead of the championship. And he will walk away with the champion's trophy once that checkered flag drops. We still got close to 125 laps to go in the final quarter of this segment here. And we'll be 3/4 of the way through. So we are coming up on the home stretch. Should be very interesting. Let's see what they're lapping, actually. They're lapping almost 20 seconds, so it shouldn't be that long. Tracy Bennett, currently your Xfinity fastest lap leader. So that'll be 5 bonus points if he can hold on to it. Will really help him try and chase down second in the points. He will not win this race. I don't see him making up 11 seconds unless the 18 blows up or something. I'm sorry I'm not being too talkative, but there really isn't much really going on. And as soon as I say that, Tracy Bennett is getting into a bit of a scuffle with Hayden Benning. And Ryan Hill, very well, good lap the field. Alex McCumber is 14 seconds behind that 18 car. And I think he's dropping, especially with Byron Martin in front of him. So he just lost 12 hundredths of a second to the leader. But he is behind that 71 of Sheldon Gatton. And Gatineau's looking for yet another top 3. This second half of the season has been incredible for the young Canadian. We'll be coming back to the Budweiser All-Star Series next season. Should be incredible. Ryan Apt still holding on for dear life. He is currently 1 lap down in 8th place, but he's trying to hold on to his position. Darren Claw, for whatever reason, is still in 9th place. That 27 car is... There's a couple of straights separating that 7 from the 27. So it'll be a little bit before that 7 does drop back, but he will eventually lose that position. That car is losing quite a bit of time every single lap. But he is holding his own. I will give him that. He's a very talented driver, but unfortunately a driver is nothing unless his car can get the job done. And unfortunately, it's like Darren Claus in a situation where that might be just a bit difficult. Ryan Apt still refusing to give up that position. Tracy Bennett, I think, will be benefiting from this, as he is most likely going to be gaining some time to that number 18 car. Let's see what his interval is across the line, and he has net lost time. He has lost almost lost 3/10 of a second to that 18 car. Here comes Jesus Gonzalez. I think he's in a fight for a position. He's currently in 14th, so right now he's up there battling for 13th place. One of the most talented drivers in the field by far. He's in a very bad car. His teammate is all the way back. His teammate is all the way back in 19th position. Or almost last in points, for that matter. So by that comparison, he's just completely outperformed his teammate all season, and it's kind of it's very interesting to see. $11 laps to go until we enter the final quarter of the race. And it's been the Ryan show all day today, as he has led very much the most laps. He's got the halfway bonus. He's got the most laps led. So that'll be another 5 bonus points. Now he's just got to try and go for the fastest lap, which right now he is sitting 3rd. Trying to find a battle. Oh, wait, we might have something. So that battle between Jesus Gonzalez and Miranda Nagayan is still going full force. Shut up. But Nagayan's on that... She's on the superior line right now. That 90 car has got no... Ugh, I think that Toyota might be a little bit too tight for that 90 car. Gonzalez losing time. Now he has to deal with Greg Ramirez. Tracy Bennett is going to eventually be caught up in the thick of this, so we're just going to have to see what happens to that 48 car. But that 90 still there. And Tracy Bennett now finally trying to get past Jesus Gonzalez. And this is short track racing at its finest. Gonzalez just lost so much time to Nagayan. Right, something's wrong with that 90 car. Or maybe he just doesn't have the pace to keep up with her. Ryan Hill still has not gotten past Ryan Apt. These two have clashed quite a bit this season. They had that photo finish at Talladega Superspeedway in which Ryan Hill would go on to win the race at New Hampshire because of a bit of tomfoolery between Drew Foster and Darren Claw. So we do have our pit stops coming in. Ryan Hill has damage to the side of his vehicle. So that's going to change a lot of things here. I wonder whatever happened to him. But he's got some damage to the left side of his car. So I wonder if how that's going to affect the 18. Doesn't look like anybody else has any new damage. You have those cars that were involved in that second caution, but that's about it. Or, sorry, first caution. Second caution was a bit of a ghost caution, wasn't it? Tracy Bennett being outclassed by Jesus Gonzalez. The 90 car still there. And Gonzalez got pushed up the track quite a ways. And, oh, that could have been a bad scene there. It's like this one song that I know, bad scene, everyone's fault. It would have been a bad scene, everybody's fault on that one. So let's see if they'll survive. Yep, they will. They do survive the wall of death. I saw some shards coming off a couple of the cars, though. So, by my estimate, that should be about maybe 3 more pit stops remaining. 99 laps to go here. And so far, it's only the top 2 on the lead lap, which is pretty sad. Jesus Gonzalez somehow is 5th place. It'll be interesting to see if he gets his first top 5 of the season. 48 will peel right out of pit lane. And where he will be relative to the 18 is still a mystery. There he is. But that 48 will be behind the... Fortunately, will be behind that 72. Trying to see where everybody is. There's Jesus in the pit lane. So he's going to drop down the order here pretty shortly. There he is right there, getting his service right there. So that's going to be a bit of a traffic jam. As those... Oh, wait, hold on. 20 just put to the back bumper of Miranda Nagayan. She's not going to be happy. And the 20 car still holding on as tight as he can. Nobody's texted me in this time. Oh, never mind, they have. Okay. The Discord was being funky. That's cool. 20 throwing a mean ass block on the 79. Dennis, I mean, that was pretty unnecessary considering the 79 is multiple laps down, but almost 90 laps to go. It feels like we have been here for days. I don't think I could ever be the head commentator of a endurance race, you know. We've been here for 2 hours and 19 minutes up to this point. And OBS is using 40% of my CPU. So that's cool. That's a little bit of a tidbit there. .90 laps to go here. Ryan Hill, still your leader. So, your champion for the season. Even though it's not official yet, no matter what happens, he has too much of a cushion built to drop down to second. Darren Claw will not be able to surmount that points deficit. Neither will Tracy Bennett. And neither will Greg Ramirez. So, I guess that means once that checkered flag drops, with 98 laps to go, or sorry, not 98, god dang it, with 89 laps to go, 88 laps to go. In 88 laps, we'll see if Ryan Hill will get the we'll see Ryan Hill hoist the trophy, no matter what. Or he wants to get one final win before that happens. And he just wants to rub it in Darren Claw's face. Those two have been going at it all season. Side by side. They've got 3 wins apiece. They account for most of the wins in the series right now. Unfortunately, Darren Claw is not in the shape to win this race. He's a lap down in 9th place. So, I'm surprised he hasn't fallen to Daniel Van Heuvel yet, but he's getting there. So, enough looking at Darren Claw's, what's left of his car. There's Michael Brewer going after Drew Foster, but they're nowhere near each other on the scoring pylon. Foster's in 7th place. He has done extremely well at these short tracks lately, and it's kind of interesting to see. And here he is, back to the back bumper of the 57, who incidentally is also nowhere near the top of the board. Ooh, Brian Cox is on the lead lap. So what happened there? He is on the lead lap, so the entire top 5 on that lead lap. If a caution were to come out, he'd be in a good position to battle for the lead of the race. So Brian Cox rounding out the top 5, about almost 18 seconds behind the leader, Ryan Hill. Only one car separates the two, as Jordan McClure is the one about ready to get lapped. He's going to be taking 2 laps down here shortly. And then the top 10 will be the only ones a lap down. There they go. Ryan Hill. I wonder how he's feeling right now. 378 laps until he's a champion. Or sorry, 78 laps until he's a champion. Not 370. Thank God. Thank God. Well, we hope you are enjoying the broadcast. One more reminder, August 27th, the Modal Breaks 300 to start Season 2. I'm trying to buy myself some time to slack off again. But, I'm just joking. I gotta get those paint schemes finished. I gotta get myself some time to finish those paint schemes. But, the off-season will be interesting, to say the very least. Ryan Hill is very close to being the first ever Budweiser Series champion, but he's got Tracy Bennett right there behind him. Where did he come from? Bennett trying to take over second place from Darren Claw. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. It'll be a miracle if he does. Ryan Hill has got... No, he doesn't have the bonus points for fastest lap. That's right. He's third. But right now, Tracy Bennett has the fastest lap. And that's about it. Ryan Hill has got the other bonus points. He got the pole award, the halfway bonus, and the most laps led. So, the 18's got a lot of points. So, if Tracy Bennett wanted to get second, he'd have to get all those points, but I don't know. It still might be very close because Darren Claw is not in his usual finishing position. I still don't think he's going to hold on to 9th. Let's see where he is compared to... Jesus, what are you doing? Gonzalez picking a fight with the lead lap car of Alex McCumber. 33 of Brian Cox is gaining time, slowly but surely. Darren Claw into pit road, so that's a sign that we have pit stops coming up here very, very shortly. Tracy Bennett looking for the lead of the race, looking for his 3rd win of the season. He's not going to get the most laps led award. That ship sailed a long time ago. I said that Ryan Hill had to lead up to about lap 310 or 315, something like that, to get the award. Well, he's led the most laps. Here comes Ryan Hill diving into pit road, so that's going to be pretty close when Tracy Bennett pits. Darren Claw coming off pit road. Nobody's going to wreck. Still got a couple more pit stops remaining as it stands. Probably be more exciting if there were more cars on the track, huh? There's Ryan Hill in his pit box. Oh, they got a little bit of action going on heading into turn 2. The 2 Golden Gate Racing Toyotas, Carter Brown and Jesus Gonzalez. Gonzalez going to get to the back bumper of the 85. What's he going to do here? He's also got Alex McCumber to worry about, but that's a lead lap car. Both these cars are a lap down, so, or at least a lap down. Gonzalez is a lap down. I think Carter Brown's about 3 down, 4 down, 4 down. Yeah, he's 4 down. And how in the hell did James Garcia drop to 5 laps down? Well, that sucks. So, Chaudhary Bhattacharya and Sam Fitzgerald blew up early in the race. We have not seen any engine failures since that first quarter of the race. So, don't see no pace car. I'm just making sure because these the pit cycle can be chaotic. Oh, that could have been very dangerous. Ryan Apt and Hayden Benning. So those two drivers having a little bit of problems. And this is dangerous. Jake Wild holding up the 33 car. This is not going to... Well, it wasn't going to end well had they stayed like that. But Ryan Hill, I do believe, is still your leader. Once they come across the line. And Tracy Bennett, 2 seconds behind. He was right there on Ryan Hill's back bumper. And now they're a little bit more spread out. About a 2-second deficit between Ryan Hill and Tracy Bennett. So Ryan Hill is still your leader. 100 miles an hour past that line. That's incredible. And here comes Jesus Gonzalez into his box. Not been able to keep it in the top 10 after those pit cycles, unfortunately. So this is his only chance. Alright, we might see a little bit of chaos. Byron Martin to the back bumper of the 27. Where is he? Oh, he's in 14th, so he's actually higher than I thought he was. Because he was 18th last time we checked up on him in the second quarter of the race. Byron Martin. Drew Foster also trying to fight, but he's actually in a better position. He's in 7th place right now, with Greg Ramirez in front. Couple straightaways ahead. But Tracy Bennett has a lot of open clean air in front of him. That's going to be crucial to get up to the 18. But they've got to get past. The one of Jordan McClure. Tracy Bennett, 21 years old, out of Pensacola, Florida. Has 2 wins on the season. Looking for a third. It will be a third top 2 if he can get this in a row, rather. Almost to the halfway point of this segment. Daniel Van Hewley chasing down the 33. However, Van Hewley, I don't think, is in a position to pass that 33 car. He is currently in 10th, though, so not bad for the 68. But the 18 is coming right up. He's going to probably take him 2 laps down here very shortly, as he took Jordan McClure out of the top 10. And there's Van Hewley making a pass on the inside to the 33. He's like, nah, he's a lap car. I'll just let him by. I'm not going to lose a position for it. Ryan Hill's right there behind him, as a matter of fact, so he sees that Monster Energy Toyota in his rearview mirror. They are coming off of 4. And officially, 50 laps to go here in North Wilkesboro. The longest race in the Budweiser All-Star Series. Our equivalent of the Coca-Cola 600. And Ryan Hill has been running away with the show, but he is losing time rapidly to Tracy Bennett. And I think those pit stops are the only thing saving that 18 car. And you can see it. Like, Tracy Bennett has... I looked down at my phone, and Tracy Bennett has cut that lead in half. And he's just gained 2/10 on the 18. He's coming very close, and I think he might be able to make a pass here very shortly. There's Tracy Bennett in clean air. He's got the draft off the 18. What is he going to do? This is a battle for the lead. 2,400 separate the 18 and the 48 the line. And here they come into turn 4. 48 cannot make a move there, but what is he going to be able to do coming off the Junior Johnson grandstand? .48 still there, 18 in front. He's lost 200ths, but he'll be all right. And this is a very entertaining battle to watch. Tracy Bennett is still right there. And he knows he's going to be able to make a move at any moment here. How do I get onto the onboard? There you go. You're on board with Tracy Bennett. There you go. That's the ticket. Let off. Get on the throttle when you're halfway through the corner. And if you take a look at his speed, he's going... trying to see his speed. I can see his RPMs, but I can't see his speed. He's going about maybe 90 miles an hour, I'd say. There's not really anything on the dash, but... yeah, he's keeping it a steady 96-ish, 95 going through the corner. And then when he's on the front straightaway, the max speed gets up to 130, slams on the brakes, get it back down to 95. That's probably the best way to do it around this racetrack. Tracy Bennett knows exactly what he's doing, but he's at the back corner bumper of the 18. 41 laps to go. He's got to make a move here very, very shortly, and he's doing it now. This is North Wilkesboro at its finest. The 48 on the inside, making a move on the 18. 18 in the middle, the 48 on the bottom. Tracy Bennett. He's won 2 times in a row, looking for a third. That Motorola Chevrolet, there is no stopping Tracy Bennett from Pensacola, Florida. right there on the Florida Panhandle, right next to Mobile, Alabama, which is where Bubba Wallace, a NASCAR Cup Series driver, was born. And Tracy Bennett has successfully passed that 18 car. And the 18, he was looking unstoppable early in the season. Granted, he's led the most laps today, but he's kind of just ran out of gas, figuratively, for now. Well, we got 5 cars on the lead lap. The 33 continuing to lose some speed. Alex McCumber looks pretty comfortable in the 4th place spot. There he is right there trying to get past Dennis Key. So you can see that little log jam up ahead. Alex McCumber is the only one in that little group right there that's on the lead lap. Darren Claw, always the first one to pit, I swear. But he's in the pit lane, so that means we got some stops coming up here shortly. And it might very well be the last pit stop of the day. And you can see Ryan Hill, he's trying to stretch his fuel just a little bit here, trying to get the most out of that car. But here he is now coming into pit road. He's stretched long enough, and this might be the last pit stop. Here comes the 18. Down into the pit lane. There's the little lollipop right there that they used to stop the car. Or signal the car. And there he is. Does that pit guy not have a foot? I just noticed that. So here comes Brian Cox into the pit lane. Oh, shut up. So Cox coming down pit lane. I think he's the only one in right now. Everyone else trying to stretch out their fuel as much as they can. I want to make sure that this next pit stop is their last, because we are coming 30 laps to go until the end of the race. Tracy Bennett is your leader by over 4 seconds. But is he in now? No, he is not. And he almost just got killed by Daniel Van Hewley on his way in, so that's wonderful. Tracy Bennett still up by about 14 seconds over Alex McCumber. And Sheldon... Oh, we got debris on the track. No caution quite yet. We do have debris on the track, so I wonder... Oh, Gatineau, what are you doing? And then you got Jesus Gonzalez and Brian Cox battling it out on that stretch. Tracy Bennett finally in for his final stop of the day. 25 laps to go here coming up shortly. Oh, and Ryan Apt, there he goes, right into Ryan Apt. That sheet metal is on the track now. That's wonderful. Uh-oh. Okay, so he doesn't kill anyone. Looks like they figured out how to not wreck on pit road, so I guess that's a good thing. Oh my lord, that could have ended very badly. Jesus Gonzalez was racing Hayden Benning down the back straightaway, almost got taken out by, I believe that was Sheldon Gatno. And we got Carter Brown in the pit lane. I'm trying to see who all we're looking at. Jake Wild. Wild is actually on track to finish in the top 10 or top 20. He's not a bad driver, but he has stayed out of trouble most of the season. I don't think he's got a single, I think he's only got one DNF, if that. He's been out of accidents most of the season. He's just not in a very good car, unfortunately for him. A little bit of an update on your fastest lap. Tracy Bennett still looking at getting those 5 bonus points. We come to 23 laps to go. Well, there's Tracy Bennett, provided the 90 of Jesus Gonzalez doesn't murder him. But Bennett was your leader, and now he is not. He's got 20 laps to build that gap back, or to try and build that lead back. But Ryan Hill got the best of him on that pit stop, so the 18, I feel like the pit stop's the only thing saving him, because Tracy Bennett very clearly has the faster car here. Darren Claw still in the top 10. I told you he wouldn't hold on to that 9th place spot very long. He's currently going 2 laps down here in North Wilkesboro. Here comes McComber on that top side. He's still holding on. 27 of James Garcia. He started the race well, but he's not in a very good spot at all. He is currently sitting in 20th, 5 laps down. So that is not where he needs to be. He will be out of that 33 car at the end of the season. So he's enjoying his final 15 laps. Contact between Travis Creighton and Brian Cox. And when I said, sorry, I meant 27 when I was talking about him. My bad. Wait a minute. Okay, we were talking about 27 then. But anyway, yeah, he's out of that 27 car. Brian Cox staying in 33, but it'll be all right. Going with a different paint job next year, according to Paul Menard, the team owner. They're coming into the final 10 laps here very shortly. 10 laps to crown a champion for the first time in Budweiser All-Star Series history. And the 48 trying to build a gap. Or sorry, the 18 trying to build a gap. 48 trying to close it. He just lost a little bit of time to the to the 18. And here comes that 48 car down on the bottom. He's gonna go smooth right on past that 7 car. Now he's got one more car to pass before he gets to Ryan Hill, but he's got 11 or 12 laps to go. Once they cross the line, it'll be 11 to go. So Tracy Bennett Looking for that third win in a row, but he's got to get past the 20 first. That 18 car has been fast all night, but so has that 48. I'm just relieved we're coming to the end of the race, but here comes Ryan Hill off 4. 10 laps to go here in North Wilkesboro. A track that has not been raced on in about 10 years. Gets a 400-mile race. And this is what it comes down to. The first 400-mile race to be ran on this track since 1996. Way before my time. It's about maybe 8 years before my time, so... Ryan Hill still there. Tracy Bennett is still gaining time, but very slowly. And it's nothing but Toyotas in our camera shot right now. Ryan Hill has had a season that he will never forget. The youngest driver currently in the series. From tiny little Port Huron in the state of Michigan. Driving a car owned by Coach Joe Gibbs, a former Super Bowl winner with the Washington Redskins, now known as the Washington Commanders of the NFL. Currently a successful car owner in the NASCAR Cup Series. Owns a team here in the Budweiser All-Star Series. And his car, with 3 wins on the season, and if everything falls into place, about to be 4. We got 5 laps to go here in North Wilkesboro. And the crowd on their feet, they're ready. A guy that has been nothing but just absolutely has been nothing but consistent all year. But here comes Tracy Bennett. Okay, so this is going to be one hell of a battle to see if he can hold on now. Tracy Bennett has the faster car, but what's he going to do with it? He might actually be on fresher tires, because that 18 has been trying to build a gap, and it's just not been successful. 3 laps to go here from North Wilkesboro Speedway. Well, it's very often that we see the champion win the race. But let's see what happens here. Usually they'll win the final race of the season along with the championship. Let's see what happens. Coming off turn 4 into the Junior Johnson Grandstand. 1 lap to go to the back bumper, the 48. 1 lap to go, presented by Xfinity. This is going to be a very good finish here in North Wilkesboro. The 18 wants to break the tie. Down to the bottom. He's going to block the 48. Tracy Bennett's not going to have enough time. Coming off turn number 4. From Port Huron, Michigan. Ryan Hill is a champion in the Budweiser All-Star Series and the winner of the Dirty Mo Media 400 at North Wilkesboro. 17-year-old Ryan Hill, a champion. Well, it's the first season, but he's set the record for the youngest champion in the series, and I don't think that record's ever going to be broken. Ryan Hill of Port Huron, a winner and a champion, a 4-time winner. And that Coach Joe Gibbs, his car, seeing success in the NASCAR Cup Series, and now success in the Budweiser All-Star Series. And with that, there's not much to say. Ryan Hill, a champion. He solidified it. Let's take a look at your start. Let's take a look at your finishing order presented by Xfinity. Ryan Hill is your winner. He won by 0.2 of a second over Tracy Bennett, and it was a very valiant effort by Bennett. Unfortunately, that last lap, that block that Hill threw on him, and that with 2 laps to go, pretty much sidelined any momentum that 48 car had, but it was still an incredible race for Tracy Bennett. Sheldon Gatno with another top 3 on his resume now. He finishes 3rd, 5 seconds behind the leader. His teammate, Alex McCumber, one of his highest finishes of the season. And Brian Cox and Greg Ramirez, surprisingly, finishing on the lead lap. Brian Cox was very close to getting lapped, and Greg Ramirez must have unlapped himself at some point during that final pit cycle. But other than that, we've been here for 2 hours and 35 minutes, according to the game. That's how long this race took, and incredible that these drivers haven't blown up. But anyway, from 7th on down, Drew Foster, Ryan Apt, and Daniel Van Hewley were the last ones to finish a 1 lap down. Jordan McClure, Darren Claw, Miranda Nagayan, Byron Martin with his highest finish in recent memory, all finished 2 laps down. Jesus Gonzalez, Hayden Benning, Michael Brewer, Dennis Key all finished 3 laps down. Sorry, Dennis Key actually finished 4 down. Carter Brown, Jake Wild, and James Garcia finished 5 laps down. Garcia rounds out the top 20. Travis Creighton was the last one to finish. He finishes 7 laps down. Easily his worst race of the season. Unfortunately, Rick Taylor, Paul Rivera, Daniel Walker, and Nicholas Uffelman, all within the same accident, are casualties of wrecks today. Chadhudri Bhattacharya and Sam Fitzgerald are retired with engine problems. The header gave out on them very early in the race. It wasn't even 15 laps before Fitzgerald retired. So it was a lot. So this race served as a farewell to Sam Fitzgerald, Chadhudri Bhattacharya, among others. Rick Taylor, potentially. Travis Creighton, probably. Hayden Benning not coming back. Neither is Michael Brewer. Forgot. Drew Foster. Drew Foster running part-time. He'll be running at Daytona and Talladega next season. However, he doesn't have a ride for the rest of the Season 2 season. And unfortunately, that's just how this stuff plays out. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning into today's race. We hope you had an incredible time. And I know I did. It was a very long day, though. I'm going to get some rest. But, you know what? I had a lot of fun. It was my first time ever, it was my first time doing this. So I'm glad I could share the experience with you guys with this. And it's going to be an amazing season. This was an amazing season for Season 1. Season 2 is going to be 10 times better. You won't want to miss it. August 27th is the first race. Thank you guys so much for watching today's broadcast. I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I hope you have a great evening. Sorry to keep you all so late. I know it's 9 o'clock Eastern over there on the East Coast. 7 o'clock for me. But thank you guys so much for watching with Prodigy Racing Network. This is your head commentator, Nicholas Koskinen. We'll see you on August 27th. Ryan Hill is your Season 1 champion.
Thank you.